While most gardens are winding down for winter, I'm out here planting mine for next season's harvest. This time of year isn't just about endings, it's about rooting down for what's next. Hey guys, welcome back to the Laid Back Homestead. I'm Crystal, and today we are planting out our garlic, as well as my favorite root vegetables. So I'm going to take you around. I'll show you how I amend my beds to get them ready, and also what varieties I'm growing. So let's get started. So this is going to be my dedicated space for garlic and my root vegetables. You can see, because I compost in place, there is last year's mulch, there's remnants from when we chop and dropped all of the tomatoes, and we have some volunteer cucumbers. So I need to get this bed cleaned up a little bit before I can actually start planting out. Before planting garlic, I like to build the foundation with a generous layer of compost. It feeds the soil and keeps all the organic matter from my in-place composting and chop and drop layers breaking down over the colder months. I had a bit of store-bought compost left from another project, so I'm mixing that in to give this bed a little extra boost before winter. So now that I've added a layer of compost to the bed, I'm just going to amend my soil with a little bit of organic granular on top and some wood ash. I like to start with the garlic because it's the easiest thing to grow during the winter or fall. You pretty much just put it in the ground and can leave it, and it will grow all winter long without you really needing to do much of anything. And I like to plant mine about 2 inches deep, and remember, pointy side up. So I just kind of make a hole about 2 inches deep and cover it. Again, pointy side up. Give them a little bit of space. Don't go crazy with worrying about it. One thing I will say, my tip, is to make sure you leave the paper on. Try not to take all of the paper off. I've done that in the past, and the cloves rotted. So now that I've got the garlic done, I'm gonna move on to my root vegetables, and I'm starting off with radishes. Radishes grow super quickly, so if you have young kids in your family that you want to get involved out in the garden, this is one of the best things you can plant. They grow super fast, they sprout super fast, so the kids have a chance to get really excited about it. So let me show you what varieties I'm growing in my garden this year. So the radishes I'm growing this year are the Scarlet Globe, Pusa Jamuni, probably didn't say that right, Black Spanish. This one was really good. I grew it last year, and it really does have a dark black skin. It was pretty spicy if you ate it raw, so this is one where if you're sensitive to that, you want to cook it. And this one here, the Sichuan Red Beauty, I've tried to grow this in the past, but they typically bolt on me, so we will see if I get an actual harvest this year. Now for my radishes, I don't do anything crazy. I tend to just sprinkle them in onto the soil, and I just put some down, and then I kind of just go through and space them apart. Now, of course, spacing is going to depend on the size of the root itself. That's all I do, just like that. Now, and next up in my root bed, we are going with beets. I have the Touchstone Gold and a mix beet variety. I have not always had the best of luck with beets. You can see the beet seed. I tend to sprinkle some around, but I will go back around and then space them kind of where they need to be to grow. So I just kind of push them in. You don't want to go too deep. Now the last root that I am going to be planting in this bed is turnips. Now this is not an exhaustive list of all of the roots that I am planting in my yard. It's just the ones that I'm doing in this bed. So we have the purple top white globe turnip and the Shogun turnip. Turnip seeds are the smallest out of all the seeds that I have. Turnip seeds are the smallest out of all the ones I've started today. I typically just sprinkle these around. And then just kind of do a nice little dusting, if you will. Just kind of pat them down into the soil. And as with all new seeds that you start in the garden, you need to water it all in thoroughly. So this is not an exhaustive list of all of the roots that I'm starting from seed. I have several different varieties that I'm going to be starting in different ways. These are just the ones that I decided to direct sow out in this particular garden bed. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're into gardening and homesteading content, I encourage you to subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed.